Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be spilling the tea on chemistry. Obviously I had to use my chemistry mug. I mean, like you can't not. But yes, chemistry, A-level chemistry. What is it really like? Now, hopefully you're seeing this before you make your choice to do it, or before you make your final choice to do it, because there's always time to turn back. But the thing is, you want to be fully informed before you do a subject. Let's be honest, you're going to be studying it for 1 or 2 years in a lot of depth, and you're going to have to do an exam on this. You're going to learn a lot about this, so I would recommend that you watch this video and learn what goes on in chemistry. So I'm going to be talking about AS chemistry, or your first year of A-level chemistry, because that's what I've done, and then next year I'll make a full thing on both years. But let's start. If you hear noises, it's probably from the washing machine, which is quite near my room. I'm not entirely sure how loud it'll be, but we'll see. But anyway, let's start. So, content. What is the content like? Is it interesting? Is it really boring? Obviously that kind of depends, but for me, most of it is very interesting. Most, not all. You can't like everything in every subject, and same applies to chemistry. A lot of the concepts are really interesting. A lot of them you're like, oh, when you see them for the first time. And some of the stuff I just kind of sat there just like willing it to be over. So yeah. The first thing I have to say about content is there is a lot. A lot, as in like, compared to biology, it feels like there's 10 times as much in chemistry. Probably because there are like more smaller topics in chemistry compared to biology, which are more bigger topics. But the amount of topics is just like you go in, you start, and you're like, right, everything you learned at GCSE is kind of wrong. Got to reframe your way of thinking chemistry wise. You got to learn all these new things that you should have learned at GCSE, except you don't, because it's not part of the exam, and you learn stuff wrong, and it's like, why? But yeah, there's a lot of content, and be prepared to be tight for time in school, because it takes a while to finish, as in you're unlikely to finish until after Easter, and that's okay, because everyone's in the same position. I was talking to my friends, and everyone's kind of at a similar level, like everyone's kind of at the same topic at the same time, kind of maybe one out from each other, but most schools will kind of be going at the same pace. No school is going to fly ahead and finish it in like February, because that's not going to happen with chemistry. There are practicals you have to do. There are practicals that take like 5 periods, that you're not going to be able to do quickly, obviously. So yeah, it's a lot. I have my file here to show you how much work I've been given this year so far. So, as you can see, this is my AS chemistry file. It is very much full. It is very much full, as in this thing has a hard time closing. Like, this is it. Like, you close it and it opens, because, okay, look, so if I try to close this, right, it opens, it opens like by sitting like this. And also, I don't know if you can see that here, but the chemistry work comes up to that point where it's like too much. And so if I want to get to my last topic, I have to flick through wads of paper just to get, like, this is heavy. This is, you can work out with this. Not that I do, but I mean, you could. Yeah. There's a lot of content, a lot of work. I want to weigh this actually. I want to see how much this weighs, because it's heavy. Like, it's my heaviest file. yeah. How how much is that, like, with the height of my fingers? Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, so number 2, which I've written down over here, is notes. So, and your revision. In chemistry, you can't waffle your way through it. You have to be completely sure about everything to be able to pass, pretty much. You need to understand everything completely, and you need to just know it all. And that comes through working at it, revising it, doing it over and over and over and over again until you eventually get it. So, I have my revision books, plural, because I originally had this one. Things like a proton always be positive. Which there are 128 pages, and I finished all 128 pages. It goes from learning your molecular ions, like all the way through to organic chemistry, halogen alkanes, mechanisms, learning EZ isomerism. There's loads of new things that you have to do in chemistry, like there's Hess's law, diagrams, you know, like with halogen alkanes, and in one book, now this is obviously a smaller book, this is an A5 book, in one book I got almost all of the content, as in I got up to alcohols, which is, for example, here's the mechanism, by the way, there is a mechanism, or mechanisms are up on that thing. I'm going to try and do a different one of these. I'm going to try and do a different one of these for each video, just, you know, to give you a little idea of what my board looks like. But yeah, I've drawn mechanisms up there. Excuse me, I just sneezed. I'll probably edit that out, but love that. But yeah, there's a lot of things. Like, I literally had to go on to page 129. Wait, was it 127, 128? Yeah, I had to go on to page 129 to finish it. Alcohols in that book, and then I started off the next book with infrared spectroscopy, which is actually such an interesting subject. I really enjoyed that one. It's just weird, but I did really enjoy that. And then kinetics, also an interesting one. But yeah, you have to understand everything, and obviously that comes by making your notes. That comes by learning stuff. I mean, it comes from using the textbook, which, can I just say, right, so we have the textbook here, right? I'm gonna go quickly grab the biology textbook. Okay, I just grabbed the biology textbook. So, look at the difference in width. Okay, it's not showing very well on camera, but you get the picture. Like, you see that? The difference is extreme in the length. I mean, chemistry I think is 300 pages, biology is 200 pages. So you can see the difference in the amount of content there. The textbook is actually very good. It does look a bit boring, especially compared to the GCSE textbook. It does look a bit boring, but it is useful. It's useful to make sure you've definitely covered everything. It's useful to aid your revision, so there's a lot of good questions in there. Practical stuff as well. Textbooks can be done on the floor. Then there are also the revision guides. Each of these costs £10. Is a rip-off, absolutely. Because when you think about it, you got your 2 years of GCSE for £10, and you have to buy 5 of these for your 2 years of A-level, because there's Unit 1, there's Unit 2, there's Practical, which is for both AS and A2, which I actually have already bought. I just didn't bring it here. Then there's Unit 1, Unit 2, A2. So yeah, it is a bit of a rip-off. It's £50 per subject. The textbooks are cheaper than that, but okay. It's mad. It's actually mad. But yeah, these are very good. I've shown you in another video how I use these, how I actually better seen my biology one, but I highlight and annotate these. See if there's a good page somewhere. Okay, here's one from Redox where I've highlighted stuff in pink and written stuff in. These are very good to just like complement your learning, complement your understanding. Different explanation from the textbook and your teacher. So if you don't understand it in one way, you might understand it in another way. On the floor. That was louder than expected. Okay, what is next? Oh, the new test format. So a lot of people will not know this until you get to A level. I didn't know this until the start of this year. So GCSE, you had your paper, 80 marks I think it was, and that was it. Or maybe it's 90 marks or 75 or whatever, but like, that was it. You did your paper. A level's a bit different though. You have 10 multiple choice questions at the start, which are worth 1 mark each, you get 10 marks. And then you have your about 6 structured questions, which gives you 80 marks, and then that's 90 overall. Why they didn't add an extra 10 marks, I don't know. Or what they used to do is make your multiple choice worth 2. But that's good and bad, because if you don't get one, you lose 2 marks. But if you do get it, you get 2 marks, which it kind of will work out the same anyway. But the multiple choice, it's either extremely easy or extremely difficult, because the wrong answers are common right answer, or like common wrong answers people think are right. It's intentionally designed to trick you, so that you have to really think about it. Like, you can almost spend as long on the 10 multiple choice questions for one. You can almost spend as long on your 10 marks as you can on the 80 marks. My advice for multiple choice is, if you don't think you know it, leave it out and come back to it. Because you don't want to be spending too long on your massive multiple choice question than the rest of the paper, which is worth 8 times as much. Like, the calculations that could be worth maybe 6 marks in the paper, you get for 1. Obviously you do have 4 answers to choose from, and if you get an answer that's there, you circle it, or you do it on the answer booklet thing, which but no, multiple choice is weird. And then you have your structured questions, which are exactly the same as GCSE. Like, it's same format, you get your question. It's broken up into like 2 marks, 3 marks, 4 marks, a 6 mark question here and there. You do have your occasional 6 mark essay with quality of written communication. They do crop up, usually about 1 or 2 per paper, but they're fine. But yeah, chemistry. So how did I feel about chemistry in this year? Why is my chair so low down? Did I like chemistry this year? Yes, I did. I actually really enjoyed it. It was one of my favourite classes. I mean, I only had 4, so I guess I kind of did enjoy all of them, but I did really like chemistry. Some of the stuff is so interesting. I was just like, organic chemistry, Unit 2. Love Unit 2. Unit 2 I like more than Unit 1 in chemistry. It's weirder. There's some weird things in it. There's a lot of maths in it actually, but I think I like Unit 2 more than Unit 1. Unit 1 is like GCSE Unit 1, except on steroids, and also it's different. It's like you're basically relearning it differently, which not a fan of. Yeah, it's when you start getting into like, oh no, this actually isn't what the electronic configuration's like, and you're like, oh okay, this makes so much more sense, but also why? Why not just teach us the real version of GCSE? Because it's not hard. It's not hard. It's just different. But yeah, that is what I think about GCSE chemistry. Or GCSE, I've done that. A level, AS. Have you done AS chemistry? Did you have a similar experience? Are you planning on choosing AS chemistry? Because if so, let me know in the comments down below, and I will be happy to answer any more questions you have about AS chemistry down there. Any questions about should you choose it, what did you get at GCSE, and should you choose it, are you predicted at GCSE, because this is the situation we're in this year. How have you been doing throughout the year, and should you be doing it? You know, these are the questions. ask me down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe down below, and turn the notification bell on so you'll be notified every time I post a new study video, which you never know, might be interesting for you. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all again later. Bye.